Here we are at the grand final of Legend of the Clan 2021 between Mr. Boom, who is defending his title from 2020, and Theo, who's climbed his way up from 8th seed to the grand final. It is a DD battle on a very closed map where you can see quite clearly they've got overlapping caps in domination mode. Sea of Fortune is the map, and there will be a cyclone. The map has been trialled by myself, 32 games played on this map, 16 on either side with a mixture of different ships to get the highest level of coverage of HE spam possible. So let's see how they deal with that. Sterling is joining me with the commentary once again. Thank you, Cummings Sterling. What do you see?
I see two very good choices for two people that aren't DD players, so it'll be really interesting to see how they use them.
Exactly.
It'll be really interesting to see how they've set them up as well. I've noticed that both players have flags. They both have unique camos. And
we've seen a Fantastic is both on the bot side, and Theo decided to go the Akazuki after talking up the Fantastic. So that's interesting. They both took Akazukis.
I think they're both discovering the pain of the Akazuki. It's a very, very slow boat.
It so really is.
I noticed that Boom's already popped his speed boost. Let's see what Theo's done.
Now, one of the reasons why I chose this map is obviously because of close quarters battle. 2, because of the overlap cap for domination, make it really hard, but a good bonus if you can get it. And 3, because when playing with the bots on this map, they do distribute themselves between all the caps, unlike we've seen in the other maps in the final.
Yes, this will be a little bit more interesting. It's going to be certainly more in your face with the amount of DDs that are in this match as well. Not forgetting that the Akazuki does have torpedoes. It only has the 1 center mount, but it has a reload boost.
Exactly.
Or the option for a reload boost.
Exactly. And what's interesting here too is you'll notice they're going to take a lot of damage very, very easily. No heals. This is really a case of don't go up close because you will get smacked by those bots.
Okay. If you have a look at the direction that Boom has actually positioned himself in, this could be really bad for him. One, he's smoked. There's torpedoes in the water. You've got to assume there's always torpedoes in the water.
Oh yeah, there'll be torp soup.
But if he actually exits that direction and heads south, he's going to take himself out of the match for quite some time. So
that's
it'll be interesting to see whether he takes that route. Whereas Theo, he has bunched up with the Chapayev and the Edinburgh on the other side, but he's going to have Chapayev and Edinburgh problems of his own. So
he's sort of used a bit of a sort of a leading force there. So he's sort of like taking them over to the cap in a way. I mean, Chapayev was probably going to bot itself over there anyway, but he's doing the spotting for it. Might be able to get a cap there if he can get the opposition down. What we've already seen is both Le Fantastics have taken themselves out.
And looks like both Akazukis as well.
And the Akazukis are gone now. Oh, one of the Akazukis is gone. Now, Theo's taken the most damage first out, but there we go, even up, 2 DDs down. Akazukis are definitely both gone. Fairly balanced game. We see Boom's bot force pushing in quite aggressively at sea. That could be a big mistake.
Yeah, that Edinburgh is in a world of pain. That's not going to be much help, but Chapayev for Theo's team is also in a bad position as well.
Exactly.
Whether or not Theo can put the pain down as this Chapayev here to divert attention away from... No, his Chapayev is toast. It's going
to burn out. Yeah.
Yep, here it is. No, piercing.
Now, one of the things you'll notice here is both Zetans tend to always go middle. That is a real deciding factor later in the game. But in this side, we've got 2 kills there for Boom's side. Does make it look a little unbalanced at this point in time, but the Chapayev on Boom's side's not long for this world either.
No, he's burning. He's got double fire. Theo doesn't even have to shoot anymore.
No. So Boom's now at the disadvantage. We've got the Zetan left on his side. He's taken a little bit of damage in his DD. The Edinburgh is still at good health for Theo. Theo has an open cap for C and can launch torps straight down at Zetan while Zetan's engaging with the other bot.
Be interesting to see if that's actually what he does, though. like the Zeton is still pushing in, and while Theo is in the DD, it's the Akazuki, so its detection is quite larger
That's
than
right.
most Japanese DDs. So he needs to be careful here. He's already used his smoke. I don't know if he's used his torps.
I didn't see them go off. Oh, early in the game, I think there was, but I think he may have one reload
Right
now.
there.
Boom's taking the advantage of getting into A and B cap, which will give him the double cap there. Ember is retreating. That is unfortunate for
Okay,
Theo.
there we go. Theo is spotted, so he's not going to get this cap. He
No, it
might not
doesn't
even
look like
get
it
this
at
kill.
all. If Zeton as a bot runs Hydro, which I don't think it does.
Ooh.
Oh, no, torps are looking good so far. At least one on there. Possibly two.
Theo needs his
Just the one.
smoke. If you detect a Theo, you may as well start shooting.
I wonder if he's trying to blend with the island. Now, Boom has successfully got 2 caps back. Worked very well for him there. Smoking up now, trying to finish off the Zeet with his guns. Probably waiting for a torp reload as well.
That's good, Theo. That's a good amount of damage to that Zeton. I'm actually surprised how he must have the IFHE skill in.
Yeah, I'd say he does. Zeton's launched some torps, but it's pretty random.
That.
He's done extremely well to get those permafires on there.
Theo
Has
needs
taken
to
a
be
bit of
careful.
damage. Yeah.
Imagine being killed by a Zeton, a bot Zeton's torpedoes.
Oh, well, that was
Oh.
one we're just going to have to make as part of the clan canon. But it hasn't happened yet. Now,
Not yet.
Boom is leaving cap, but the Enbra has turned around, started engaging, and Boom's heading straight for the Zeton.
Theo got
Oh, Theo's living a little
very lucky.
dangerously there, but he's okay. Still no points for Theo on the board yet, but Boom is alone. 3 ships to 1.
He's going to take a significant amount from point blank.
I do wonder if he's just
He's going
made
to
the
do a
wrong
torp
mistake
drop.
there,
Yeah, there's the torp drop.
but he might pay for it from Enbra.
Theo's now spotted him.
He's getting rid of the Zeton. That should take it out.
Yeah.
But now let's look at the damage that's left.
Yeah. Is he going to go? What's he going to do? Is he going to push for the cap? He knows Theo's over there. He's on low health.
One would
Theo's chasing
assume
him.
they would both have RPF on them. But Theo's decided to go, let's try to go for the gun battle. I think that's what he wants. And he's hoping Enbra will back him up. Look, Enbra has turned around. He is coming back up to cap.
Now we know both Boom and Theo have smoke. Theo's has reset. I don't know about Boom's. It probably has.
I would say so. I think Boom
Ooh.
popped some smoke in the cap only a little while ago, though.
Yep,
He might
but-
be a little bit behind Theo.
They have to have RPF. They have to.
He's throwing some random torps out there. Oh, I'm dead
bad.
sure they've got RPF. Here we go. Bit of a gun battle now. Theo's angling away. Don't see any fires yet.
Oh, Boom's getting
Boom's
more
getting some good
significant
hits there. Yeah. A little bit of overshot there. Boom's decided to go very skinny. With Theo's taking the risk of bringing all his guns to bear, it's a full-on gunfight at this point. It's going to be close then. Theo has smoked up at the last second. He's waited for Boom to get down to 400. It's a case of can he land those last few shots? It may not be the case. I think Boom's got him. Oh, that was a hair's breadth there. I think Theo lost on that one.
Mm-hmm. He certainly did.
He did. That was close. What a great start to the grand final.
It was amazing. That was
Right.
fantastic. That was a cracker
great.
event. And obviously the match goes to Theo because it's not about the kills.
It was about the win. That's right.
Mhm.
So we're going to cut it from now and come back in a moment. And we're we're back from match 2. What an amazing first match there, down to the wire. Sterling, thoughts? What do you think will happen this time with a change of sides?
Think what you'll see in this match is that both players will pick a player where a place where they can fire an exceptionally
Yeah,
large amount of volume and not be seen. So Boom had the right idea at the start of his match. He was firing from, I believe it was somewhere like F5, I think it was.
that's right. That's
Um,
right. He sort of came in high and used the mountaintop for a bit
he
of cover.
did, yeah. Um, thing that lets these ships down is the maneuverability. They are super slow. The rudder shift isn't fast. You can't make ground very quickly. So a good central position is optimal for these boats. Now,
Exactly,
whether or not
exactly.
they'll do it is another question.
And we've noticed just on the start here, I'm sure you would have seen, flagged up, ready to go. They decided not to change away from the Akazuki, even though the reasons that you've just given are really strong. They're not maneuverable boats. They're sticking very much to their gun power or their gunfire strategy on both sides. But we'll see what Theo does from a north spawn this time. Obviously, not doing the plow into sea, probably counting on Boom to do that strategy. But let's see what he does. Boom is
Well,
actually heading off to C. No, he's heading off to B.
really good position for Theo's start point is over here at D7 or
That's right.
E7, sorry, in between these
Yeah.
two little islands. It gives you the maneuverability to fire in two different cap directions and also a couple of escape options. So I wonder if Theo will recognize that. He's certainly heading in this direction.
Yeah, I think the RPF thing, he was doing a bit of fishtailing there at the beginning. Of course, that won't affect much at all. But Boom's decided he's going to do a mirror opposite to Theo this time. Now, keep in mind too, the RPF is picking up the Fantastic. So
Right.
maybe Boom is just thinking, that's definitely not Theo. I reckon Theo's gone to the safe spot that you've picked out. And funnily enough, it's bang on the E7 spot.
Yep. Now, where Boom is heading is okay, but it doesn't leave him. Okay, there we go. He's smoked up. However, there is one risk, but I think he's going to be fine, and that's the Chapayev.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he is almost within radar range. He doesn't realize it, but he's almost within radar range.
Exactly. Now, when I
But
was
there's also
playing
no boats to shoot at him.
when I was playing the bots on this, I found the radar was incredibly random. Some of them didn't hit radar at all, and then suddenly, bang, on it goes. Just like in the first game, both the Fantastics go down quick. That's not unexpected at all. What we've noticed there was a few shots from Theo went towards Boom. Boom hit his smoke. He's down one smoke because of that. Theo kept his line of sight. Now, the bots have actually gone strong to C this time, if you notice. Like from the last game, they were all
Absolutely.
crowded around A, B, but they've gone where the players are.
Is Theo going to save his Akazuki? He is.
It looks
That
like
wasn't
it.
necessary at all. No, but it's not a bad strategy from Theo. There are
No, no,
two
no, no.
Akazukis now in smoke
Yeah,
shooting at one.
he is definitely thinking my bot is my fleet. I need that fleet. He's playing on the extra numbers, which worked very well for him last game, taking out the Akazuki on Boom's side now. Two DDs down on
Oh,
Boom's side.
wow.
Ember also about to go. Look at the focus fire coming in on that bot. It's gone. Boom is now repositioning. He's looking to take out the other Emperor, but the chappie from Boom's side is just YOLOing.
Yep, he certainly is. Wow.
Yeah,
I've never seen some boats melt so quickly.
it's quite fast, isn't it? We've
Yeah,
noticed though that the Talon from Boom is sneaking in for a bit of cap there. Mind you, you can see the other Talon sitting opposite there, ready to probably swing its guns. It's already throwing torps out.
that's
Probably
right.
won't do much, but it's a good little distraction point. Meanwhile, 3 ships down for Boom, 2 ships down for
About to get a lot worse.
Theo, and Theo's just taken out the Chappie.
Now,
Oh, big hits on his Chappie though.
yep, absolutely. Now, I like what Boom's done. He's moved into a better position where he can
Yeah, he's
probably
starting to
hit a lot
affect a
more
bit more
boats.
fire. Yeah.
Where he was before, he was kind of hamstrung. But
He's taken what I would say is collateral damage there. I don't think that would have been main fire damage on him. It might have been fire on Zeton. Um, But
Ooh, this could be
Theo's,
interesting though. They're both pushing into the cap.
I know, I don't know if Theo knows that Boom is actually behind Seaton. That's kind of surprising, unless he's got a smoke ready to go.
Mm, he Theo won't have a smoke ready. That's still his smoke in the
Yeah,
background there.
that's what I
So,
thought too. That wasn't the bot
um,
smoke, that was his.
I think what he's now seeing is if he does have RPF, he's seeing the RPF move around faster than what is eaten. Oh,
Yep.
he's shot.
He's abandoning the cap. I think he's done a little
Oh,
bit of
he's
baiting.
given away his position to Boom, though.
He
That's
has.
yeah.
He took some damage. Yep.
Are they speculative shots or yeah, they're
He's
speculative.
he's running, and look at this. The bots are coming in. Theo's bots are actually charging back in. Now that could be bad for Theo's bots, unfortunately.
It could be. Um, yeah, I guess it's all. Oh,
It's a hard one to
it's
pick, isn't it?
yeah. It's still very even.
Very
Um,
even. We've got the Talon still sitting in cap. It has finished a cap. Two
oh,
caps now.
Theo's Talon's about to pop around the corner. Boom's Talon isn't looking at him.
No. Theo's got to do something here. He has to really start evening this playing field. Otherwise, those points are going to be a problem. That Zeton from Boom is really a thorn in Theo's side. Although, I have to say now, the Talon on Boom's side is under fire. I'd say Theo will then go into cap, get those caps back.
He's gonna have to. Oh
And
wow.
wow, that was unexpected. We did not see that one coming there. We're down to Boom and two bots again.
Yeah.
And one of them happens to be the Zeton. It is going to cop two torps. Significant damage to Zeton there. I'd say Boom will just set it on fire. This could come back down to a very good gun battle
Yeah.
at the end.
I think. Well, hang on a second. Is Boom going to pop around behind the island? Because if he does, he won't spot the.
No, he won't. But I think he's going to set some permafires first because he's got the flooding going on at the moment.
Yeah.
You see, Theo's taking a little bit of opportunity here, get some damage on him while he also gets the caps back. This will put Boom on the back foot.
Now you see the closer the Boom gets to this Seaton as well,
The harder it's going to be with the secondaries.
all secondaries. But he also, yep, okay, so he's had to come back out into the open because he wouldn't be able to lob his shells over those islands. So Theo is now taking the caps back. They've nearly got all of them. No,
You know what?
Zeton left.
The Zeton, Boom has to keep resetting it to try and make sure the cap doesn't happen. Or mind you, Zeton stepped out, but it's coming back in. He's put torps off. Let's hope Zeton, and remember these are high AI settings, which usually means the torps miss. But let's see how good it is. And if Boom does hit it, problem solved. If it doesn't, that's going to be a cap because he's not engaging with gunfire.
The one torp is certainly looking good. It depends how hard this Seaton turns. He's turned enough, I think.
I
Yep.
think he's going to be okay unless he kicks out.
It is.
No, he's
very
fine.
close.
Torps miss. Now, Boom is not going to reset the cap. All caps in Theo's favor.
Rightio.
Oh, this is tough now for Boom to swing back.
He's going to have to pick off this Seaton first. That's the only thing he can do to make it a
Exactly.
gun battle.
He needs to level the playing field, get rid of that bot. You don't want the same mistake as last time where he wins a gun battle against Theo, but there's an extra bot sitting there. In this instance too, he's only a little bit below Theo's HP pool, but he needs that Zeton dead.
Those torps are looking good, and the Zeton's dead in the water for some reason.
That's right.
He doesn't know where the enemy is.
It hasn't set off in its hydro either. He's going to land at least one torp, and that should be enough.
It will be. Oh, there. It's kicked into life. It's going to be too late, though.
It's far too late. That Zeton is dead. Right. Can Theo protect all caps? Truthfully, Boom has to charge. There is no way about this. Is Theo going to set the right trap, though?
Best thing that Boom can do is take A and B because they're the most high risk, high reward.
Now, looking at the angling of Theo, he's sort of looking at that. Is he going to come up there or is he going to come here? He's throwing torps out on C as though there's a chance, but you're right. There's Boom angling off to A and B right now.
No.
No, he's turned back. He's turned back.
But Theo's not going to be in the best position either. Look,
No,
he's not going to have enough time to turn away back into Alpha Bravo if he wants to hide.
and unfortunately the torps were way too early.
Oh, sorry. I stand corrected. I was looking at him in the wrong direction.
That's all right.
They're going to spot each other in a second.
They are, and I think at this point RPF is redundant. It doesn't matter. They know where each other is. It's all about timing
I'm not
now.
sure they have RPF. I'm not sure Theo has RPF
Ah,
because he's not looking in the right direction. He's not looking.
you
His
know
torps
what?
would.
He's giving up the cap, which makes sense. You want to give up the weaker cap. He may just go for a run here.
I would
He may.
speculate and say Boom has RPF.
I think Boom definitely has RPF because he's
It
pretty
doesn't matter
accurate.
now because he's
Yeah.
he's in the cap. Like
Well,
Theo can see him, but
that's
Theo
right.
only has to defend the two caps.
That's right. I
He
mean,
doesn't have to go looking for him. He
no,
can set
Theo.
a trap at Alpha Bravo.
Exactly. He could actually just run out of Alpha Bravo and sit on the other side, come back in. Looking at the clock timer, it's 4 minutes 30 or a win for Theo. That's still plenty of time for Boom to stop the caps, of course, but is it enough time to kill Theo?
Really good question. Boom is using his consumables as well, so that's the third, I believe, torpedo
It
reload
is.
boost he's
Yeah.
used. I don't know whether he has another one. He's about to spot Theo though. He's heading straight for him.
What's the spotting difference? Just for the viewers, what are we looking at here?
I think it's 6.2.
6.2, right.
I'll need to check on that for the next match, but I believe it's 6.2.
Well, definitely you can see Theo's angling. He's trying to use the islands as best as possible. He knows Boom has to come into cap. I wonder if Theo's been waiting for his torps to get back online and is going to take a bit of a salvo and then open fire with some smoke.
No, Theo doesn't know where he is, but he's about to spot him. No, they're just skirting around each other's detection. It's hilarious.
That's quite remarkable, isn't it? I would have thought. Maybe Boom's just anticipating a torp angle. Maybe that's why he didn't go straight in.
No, Theo's changed. What just happened there? Theo, he
He's
looked
running
back.
to C. He's running back to C. He wants to keep those cap points up. So while Boom is A and B, he'll go get C points.
This is it. This is where Boom takes control of the match. Theo's going to soon realise.
I wonder if he's going to get some shots off as he runs. I mean, the main thing here is that Theo has a 300-point lead.
The penny's just dropped.
Yep. I think we'll see some torps coming from there. There we go.
Yep. They could actually be quite successful because it looks like Boom's taking the northern route out as well.
He wants to chase him down, make sure he doesn't get into C cap. This is going to be interesting to see if Theo does go to C cap or actually does the stand right now. He has a good point lead, but remember the points are frozen for Theo now. Boom's got to make some up. Torps will miss.
Has to commit to a direction, and the best thing that Theo can do is loop back around, head into Alpha Bravo, because
I agree. I think that is the best strategy. If Boom keeps that speed up, though, he'll be outside Alpha Bravo. Caps come back on. We'll see the point raise up here. This is a total point strategy from Theo. I don't think he wants to engage.
I've seen battleships move faster than this. Far out. This is a tough boat for them both. Like
that's why the Akazuki has, great guns, but the penalty of a crap hull and movement.
Yep. Now, 37.5, I think, is the best that you can do while using speed boost and a speed flag. Like, it's not great.
They're not set up. Did you see the flags at the beginning? Did you see any of them set up for speed?
Yeah. So they've both Boom and Theo have set up for speed. And
that too, Boom took a gamble and decided to come back in.
This could be interesting. This is it. This is where it happens.
This is where it happens. Theo's going to sit on the corner there. He'll probably smoke up on that corner too.
No, Theo's going to keep pushing because he's detected. This is it.
Well, and they have to engage. Comes down to the full gun battle now.
Oh,
who wins this?
Whiffed.
Big hits from Boom. Theo's taking massive damage. On fire. Boom's using front guns only. I wonder if Theo's going to try for a close torp, but I don't advise that. 7,000 down to Theo. I don't think he's going to win anything. Oh, he's gone the torps. He's gone the torps and win to Theo.
For the second game.
What an amazing comeback there. Really, really gutsy strategy 2-0 to Theo. Stay tuned. This could be the final match coming up. And we're back for match 3. Now, this is a do or die for Mr. Boom.
Oh, look at this, everyone. There has been a change.
What have we got here? We've got Le Fantastique for Mr. Boom. All right, Sterling, tell us what you think about this, because you're a DD main. So, Le Fantastique, points of strength and weakness?
So, big point of strength is its speed. It's able to get in, get out really quickly, which could work to his advantage since he knows what the Fantastiques on his team are going to do. They're both going to YOLO into the one cap and die, which means that he could quickly go and take Bravo cap if he so chooses. It also has a reload booster for its main armament. So, has he flagged?
Pretty
Yes, he's
maneuverable boat.
flagged.
Yep, he's flagged
Yep.
up.
And it has 3 lots of torp. So it has 1 central mounted and 2 on the sides, one on either side. So it has a good torpedo armament as well. Now, I believe it looks like he's popped his speed boost. He looks like he's
moving with his own Le Fantastique bot.
interesting.
Doing a bit of fishtailing as well. I don't know, again, if that's an RPF thing or just indecision.
Maybe indecision. I know concealment for both of these ships is horrible. They've both got a very similar concealment, which is not going to work to either of their strengths and weaknesses. They're going to spot each other. They're going to shoot each other at the same time. I think when it comes down to it, though, the Akazuki, if Theo has set it up for the IFHE skill, he's going to be doing significantly more damage to Boom than Boom is to him.
And he's got the camping ability of smoke over mountains, fire.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of strengths here. I would almost take the Le Fantastique for quick capping, but that is hard in a close combat situation like this.
Yes. Now, the Fantastics guns, they're quite large. I think they're 159 caliber. They're large for a DD, so they do pack a punch. And with the reload boost, they are quite significant. However, the reload boost only lasts for maybe 3 or 4 salvos worth. So he really needs to do.
What's the torpedo range for Le Fantastique? Because I've just seen Boom launch torps. What I almost thought was out of range.
Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
He's put some down on Chape.
I believe it's about 9 kilometers.
Okay. Well, then it's probably in range. Maybe he's going for a bit of a blind shot. He knows Zeton usually sits there as a bot.
A few shots at Theo there. See if these hit.
Le Fantastique on Theo's side is gone, and Akazuki on Le Fantastique has killed Le Fantastique on Theo's side, and Akazuki is killed Fantastic in return.
It's interesting that Theo's set up there right in front of the Talon. Well, obviously he knows the Talon's there, but he probably wasn't aware that the Talon was coming in.
It's pretty gutsy because that Talon could randomly, sit on its radar.
And that Talon's unspotted now too, so.
Boom's keeping the C cap in strong focus here. Zeton has taken out Edinburgh. And now Le Fantastique has taken out Akazuki. So we're seeing fast attrition of the bots on this one.
Yeah. Now, I think you're going to see a even trade here again with the Chapayev and the Talon.
It's certainly looking that way right now. I don't think that Chappie's going to turn and engage the other bot Akazuki very well.
Theo is doing his best to put as much as he can into that Talon and get that health.
He wants the AB cap. He wants that AB cap more than anything. And look at his bots have arranged themselves behind him. Mind you, the Zeton on Boom's side is doing what it normally does, just gets in between and then determines what cap do we need. Solid cap here for C.
Thoughts from Boom coming into Alpha Bravo.
He's gone for an early engagement on Theo.
Yep. This could be interesting because Theo will have more support from his ships than Boom will from his. And if they, yep, so they've spotted each other. Okay, so 1, 2, 3,
He's got
4,
a fire on
5.
Mr. Boom, so Theo's got what
No,
looks to be 2 fires, I think.
it doesn't look
No,
like
1
Boom
fire.
used a reload boost.
I don't think he did. Mind you, he was trying to get the angle away from the other ships that were firing him, which was actually Enbra that was putting fire down on him as well.
Yeah,
Now, Mr.
that's
Boom lost a fair bit of health there. He got down to 10,000, where Theo's on 14 at the moment and is
yeah.
just trying to get that final cap on.
And is Boom going to come across for an aggressive push again?
I
It's
think he
certainly,
is. I think he's going to try and rely heavily on his gunnery skills to take out Theo.
you know what? He's going to get Theo here because Theo is on his own.
That's right.
He just doesn't
Talon
have the.
might get some supporting fire, but I don't know if Theo might just simply outrun this. It's really a case of can he? Yeah, he slowed down and he's speeding up again.
There's
He's
the
dropping
smoke.
his smoke. Yeah, he'll get out of that. Definitely took some damage there. They're very equal. Theo's slightly ahead, but not by much. And Boom took some extra shots from Talon.
Mm.
Now,
I wonder if Theo is aware that smoke screens are torpedo magnets.
that's right. Those torps are coming in. I can't quite determine
No,
the angle.
no,
No,
he's
it's not going to
safe,
work.
but it's going to push him out. The Akazuki might spot him here, but
And this is the first match we've seen where Boom has taken the lead significantly, and his bots are ahead of Theo.
mm,
Theo's taking crossfire from
oh,
multiple ships at the moment. It's not looking good.
is he going to ghost up? I think that's what he's trying.
I
He's
think
not
that's what he's
shooting.
trying, but I think the other Akazuki can see him, and I think this
Yeah,
will be good
he's
night to
he's
Theo.
well in detection range. Yeah,
Exactly. I don't think he can get out of that at all.
nope.
I think
There he
that's Theo
goes.
done. Right, Mr. Boom has to swing this around, and quite frankly, could be quite easy to do.
I think so. That Talon looks like it's about to go down. It's in a world of hurt. It's got 4 ships shooting at it, only 3 effectively though at the moment, but it doesn't matter. That's it. It's gone.
Alan's gone.
I'll call it early.
I think it's a safe win to Mr. Boom on this one.
Yeah.
I cannot see how Azeton's going to take down the 3 bots and Mr. Boom, and at the same time control caps. It just doesn't seem to be realistic.
No. If you just look at the Akazuki's fire on the Zeton and just see it, it's nearly doing 1,000 per second.
It is definitely. And you can
That's
notice
it though.
the other bots are actually going to a flanking position there behind Zeton. They're not even trying to engage. Chappie might, but I think Chappie will die, maybe even to secondaries, to be honest.
Yes. Oh, we've got the torps coming in from the Chapayev. They honestly look like they might do the job.
It certainly does. I'd say if he gets 2 on there, which looks like, oh, they're gone. That's it. It's 2-1. Mr. Boom comes back at the moment of need, and let's see if he keeps going. We'll be back in a moment.
There's a good gathering here.
It's a good
Got a
gathering. Match
huge
4.
crowd of 3, 4.
And a worthy grand final too, going into match 4. And we're back, match 4. Mr. Boom has remained in Le Fantastique, and Theo and Akazuki, different spawn points. Theo in the north, and Mr. Boom in the south. Mr. Boom dominating match number 3. Theo rethinking his strategy. Sterling, thoughts?
It's going to be an interesting one. Theo is in his original start point? No. I think
Yeah,
Theo's going to take the. Remember before when we talked about how he would move to Echo 7 in between those two islands?
yeah,
That
yeah,
strategy worked for him.
it
Now,
did.
I wouldn't be surprised if he employs that again. Whereas for Boom in the Fantastic, unfortunately, he's all the way on the other side. But I believe his best option is to go to the Charlie Cap.
I think so too, actually. Interesting thing here to remember too is Boom, when I was speaking to him between games, he sort of went, look, I'm starting to get a feel. I start to understand what I need to do. And he's basically thinking things out in LeFantastic's terms rather than Akazuki's terms. And he used his bots really well last game. He used his positions really well. Theo, on the other hand, knows he just needs one win to take out the grand final. So let's see if he gets creative or stays the course of what he's been doing that's been working for the last 2 games, or at least the first 2 games in the series. Theo definitely moving to the E7 point, as you pointed out, Sterling. Boom, on the other hand, still hasn't quite chosen the direction yet. Seems to be going to AB, but turning in now.
Would be interesting. Maybe he understands that if he goes in, helps kill this Fantastic, he might save his and quickly dart out of.
He's turned back into the
Yeah,
AB.
maybe he's just trying to stop his Fantastic from going in.
It's an interesting point, isn't it?
Mm.
He's almost, yeah, I think he has. I think he's blocking his LeFantastic.
We'll
Not
certainly
quite,
slowed it
he
down.
slowed it down for sure. I wonder if he's about to be spotted though. I mean, he's broadside.
Well, he's shooting
He's up
now,
to
so
fire now, so he's spotted. And they're honing straight in. Oh no, they're
uh,
sticking to the bot.
Theo is focusing on. Nope. Yeah, I think he took a couple of speculative shots just to see what his range was at Boom,
Yeah.
but realised it couldn't get over the island.
Well,
Now that
Theo's gonna
Fantastic,
lose. Yeah. He's gonna lose it.
they're
He's gonna
both
lose
going
it.
to lose him. Now Boom want to be careful here because yeah, no, he's going to be fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I think what's interesting here is that his LeFantastic's gone into the cap, trying to pretend it's not there, but of course it is. Just like in all the other games, it will die fairly quickly. When we look at C cap this time, it's light on. If you remember in the last game, it's very
Yeah.
heavy gunfight over here.
Oh wow, early good trade for yeah. Boom's team is certainly on the offensive here.
Definitely, definitely.
They've got the early lead.
But I think Theo's coming forward. He's going to put the smoke up for Chappie. He's coming forward for the cap. Akazuki on Boom's side is probably going to go down. Interesting that the other Fantastic hasn't gone down as fast as it normally does. And the return fire on Akazuki bot is very damaging. Theo's going to lose another one.
Yeah, if you
Theo,
look
3
where
bots down.
yeah, if you look where Boom is, he's not pushing forward. He's not being aggressive. He's not being assertive. He is just taking it to them and supporting his team. I think he's realised in this game, if he holds on to his bots, he's got a better chance.
Yeah,
The two
definitely.
the two games that Theo won were with his bots. No,
Exactly. Now, Theo has got C basically under control now. Did take a fair bit of damage and, of course, lost a lot of bots. But there's 2 bots down as well.
it could be quickly equalled here though, with a low Fantastic and a low Edinburgh, and now Boom just ran aground. Hmm.
It's
Oh,
certainly going to be
torp hit
interesting to
on the
see
scene.
here
Look how
if we
many
get a.
torps are in the water. That's just amazing.
It is. It's going to be interesting to see here if we're going to have an equal balance up at the moment because those
It's,
bots are going down quite fast now. A lot
well,
of damage on them.
that Zeton is going down itself as well, but it may just take the Chapayev with it. Who knows?
You never know.
Um,
Oh no, the tops are out. Yep.
I think that Chapayev might take 2. Definitely 1.
I'd say definitely 1. There it goes.
And
Oh,
oh,
big damage, big damage. Crossfire coming out from C is it's that chap is gone.
interesting. Boom's gone to the outside of the island
He
chain,
wants to
and
take
he's
the
pushing
Talon
on the
out.
Talon. Now, he can certainly do that with armor piercing and a reload boost. Now,
I think that's exactly what he's going for there. We are getting down to some very, very low bot numbers now.
oof, that's a
And
lot of
I
damage.
think Boom is playing the strat that
His
that
bots can
Theo
carry the
did.
game.
He wants his bot numbers higher. He is taking quite a lot of damage
He
getting
will
that
get the
job
Talon,
done.
though. He's
Oh, he
got him.
absolutely got the talent.
Now, Theo, with his back up against the wall, he's got a full health Seaton to deal with, a low health Edinburgh, and a half health Fantastic.
Boom. Yeah.
Now, they've both got a single cap, so he's got a bit of time up his sleeve. Oh, yeah, they've both got a single cap. So,
It's a tough one to call here because Zeton
yeah,
might just sit there and do nothing. He could get some torps down if he gets the right angle. Anbro you want to kill off as quickly as possible. But Mr. Boom at 10,000 to 18,000 with Theo. Again, it's about the gunnery skill. We have seen that Mr. Boom has the better gunnery skills here.
it's really tough on the call. And I think I'm gonna call it early. Oh,
No, what do you
Theo,
think? What do you think? No,
this
the island got in the way there. And Boom's coming out. I wonder if Boom's going on the full aggression here for the simple fact that he
is
has two
3 of it.
bots.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he dies, the bots will probably carry him through, especially with the full seat.
Well, he's gonna go for the Bravo cap. He needs those cap points. He needs to be secure in that fact.
Mm.
But what he might end up doing is pushing further around and allowing that Edinburgh to die. And then perhaps Theo might have a chance against this Eaton. If Boom rushes him now with
Oh, Boom's
Torps,
pulling away. He's actually pulling away.
so as soon as Theo fires on this Edinburgh, which he will, because you want to get him down,
Exactly.
there it is.
You know what? Oh, no. Okay, so Edinburgh's down. He'll take some big damage from him, I'm afraid. Has he got his smoke left? Because
Does.
really,
He really needs to use it.
he's trying to dodge those bullets,
Holy
those
crap.
shells. He's got some good return fire on Mr. Boom.
Yeah.
You know what? He still needs to get this Eaton out of the way. I wonder if he is going to focus on Boom. He's getting some great hits from distance, but no fires
Mm.
so far.
What Boom needs to do now is he needs to back up. Oh, God, he's eaten. He's eaten as derped.
It has. It has. It's basically ineffective at this point.
Oh, jeez.
Now, Theo has to make some hay out of this because those cap points are going up. Admittedly, it's not that far up right now, but if he can get those caps under control, this really puts him back in the driver's seat. Mr. Boom is coming around, though. I think he was just faking out, expecting Theo to come in, and Theo's decided to go in arse first, so he's looking at an
Yeah.
escape path.
I don't think that's going to help, though, because as soon as they detect each other, that Zeton is actually in a good position to fire. So, and it's going to be
Yes,
any
it
second
is.
now. There it is.
Ooh, this is a risky strat. Got some hits on Boom. He's got a fire in
Oh,
return.
he's got
Boom
the
down
damage
to
done
just under
for it.
3,000. He's got the controller. I hope, I dare say Theo sees those torps coming because he's on full blast out of there.
Now, where's Boom going to go? I reckon Boom might hang around the cap there because he knows that Theo needs the cap points.
This is actually really starting to swing the game towards Theo. Theo needs to maximize this as best as he can, and clearly the best strategy is to kill Boom right now.
I don't think Theo understands that the Zeton is stuck.
No, I don't think he does either. But
So,
in a way, he's being cautious enough. And I think Boom is using the Zeton as he's like, come and get me because Zeton will kill you.
yeah, he
Yeah.
needs to, and that's his best card that he can play right now. He can, while the Zeton isn't that effective, its secondary still might be able to. Oh, Theo's done a full 180.
He has. He's coming back and he wants to control those cap points because you look at it now, it's nearly a
Yeah.
300-point lead.
And Boom's recognizing the same thing, perhaps. I think he's
Yeah. Now,
looking
Theo's
to move
been
into.
very conservative on his smoke, understandably so, because there's nothing spotting for him anymore.
That's right.
But I think he's going to pull off a cap here.
He's going to need to pull off two, to be honest.
Yeah, no, he absolutely
Yeah.
has to pull off both now, for sure.
He's
But he
not.
knows where Boom is. Really, it's a case now of
Mm,
get both. He could drop the smoke screen, get the caps, and get out of there.
this is the brilliance of the Fantastique is it just has that utility of speed.
It does. Yeah. This is
He's
where you
been
need
able
it.
to dart in and out, whereas Theo has been in that same central position that he's in now for quite some time.
Yep. Now, Boom's done his cap. He's looping around. These are 30-second caps. And I could say that safely he'll get one done. Whether or not he gets B done, I don't know. But look, Theo has decided time to get rid of that seat. I'm surprised he hasn't done the second round of torps. Caps have cancelled each other out. Boom's still ahead. And he's going for the risky part of going for that second cap. Remember, 30 seconds. He
Mm-hmm.
has got torps on Zeton, but it'll only be 2. Boom's put torps off.
Oh, it's going to be very, very close.
Boom's hoping those torps will time when Theo starts up again.
Oh, it's going to be very, very.
It's going to be very close. And Theo, still in B cap, has got both caps, may run into Boom's torps.
I think he's lucky enough that. Oh shit! Yeah.
He may do it. He actually, Boom may
Has he
have got,
spotted them?
oh,
Has
he's
he spotted them?
turning,
He's spotted
and
them.
no, torpedo
Oh,
beats it, works, and the range wasn't there. 2 caps
they
to
were
Theo.
they were brilliant torps.
It was a very good angle, well timed, unfortunately didn't have the range. Mr. Boom sitting outside of A and B. I think Theo probably knows this. Zeton's still stuck, sitting on 23,000 damage, or 23,000 hit points. And the clock is going back up to Theo. The points are going back up to Theo.
Can you give
Boom,
ooh,
Boom,
ooh, ooh,
Boom
ooh, ooh,
backing in
ooh,
now.
ooh,
Let's see what
ooh.
Theo does there. He's turned around. Boom's fired torps off towards the C direction.
Yeah, he's obviously thinking of what Theo's been doing in the past, which has been to loop back around. Now he knows that Boom is in the cap.
He
He's in a
does.
position where he can turn around,
I think
and
Theo's going on the offensive here.
he's going to have to. And Zeton looks like it's nearly free. It's nearly
It
free.
has been working itself free, just hasn't been doing
Oh,
a lot
he
about
spotted Boom.
engaging. Boom takes some fire from Theo. Shots are wild, no damage so
Zeton's
far.
firing at him though.
Oh, Zeton's now engaging Theo. He has smoked up. He'll lose sight of everything, but he's putting fire back on Zeton. Zeton torps also out. Theo aware of that, moving backwards. Got fires on Zeton. Mr. Boom down to 1,664 hit points. Theo sitting on 7,834. Now, those points are really coming into play here. The early kills by Mr. Boom has helped his score. 3 minutes 30 for Mr. Boom's win, 4 minutes 17 for Theo, even though Theo has 2 caps. Zeton is still on fire. All torps from Zeton and Mr. Boom seem to have missed. Second set of torps go out from Mr. Boom.
This is quite some match.
It really is great strategy here.
Zeton still burning.
Still burning out on 10,000 now.
I think Boom has got incredibly unlucky with the derpy nature of the game and the bots. But you know, everyone gets
This is the
derpiness.
random. This is the randomness of it. Mr. Boom throwing torps randomly now. 2 minutes 25 for Mr. Boom's win. Theo has to decide what to do here. Now, clearly Zeton is starting to move. She's just backed up.
But look at these torps coming in on the Zeton. And then we look at, oh,
And Zeton's fired onto Theo, misses. He's got permafires on Zeton. No, I'd say
Theo
Zeton's gone.
might cop it here.
He might. Oh, the torps probably don't have range.
I reckon. No, they
No.
don't. Oh,
So
wow.
we are down to both competitors now, and Theo has taken the lead in not cap points, but he will in a moment. He's only about 60 points off, but he has a 2-minute clock to win. Mr. Boom has to stop the cap points.
Yeah, Boom has to make a move now. This is
do or die.
Yep. He did a really good early game. It was very assertive. It was very aggressive, and it worked really well.
He was holding those caps very well.
However, Theo pulling it out in the late game, he's now about to creep ahead in points. It looks like
Theo,
they're about to run into each other as well. And Boom's, he doesn't have RPF because he's still throwing torps at A and B.
and he didn't attempt to cap, which has now basically put the cap points almost in Theo's favour. In a couple of seconds it will be, but they see each other. It's a gunfight now. Theo using front guns. First shots missed from Mr. Boom. Mr. Boom down to 7. Mr. Boom has died to Theo. Theo wins Legend of the Clan 2021 Theo. Commiserations, Mr. Boom. Great fight. Well done, Theo.
Well played, Theo. 5 kills. Unfortunately for Boom, for all his hard work and trying to support his team in that one.
It was a tough fight, really hard roll of the dice there, but at the end of the day, as you could see, the patience of both players was paying off for a fantastic final, and I think they both took to each other really, really well.
I'd really love to see the heart rate monitors for both of these players right now.
Exactly.
And I think they both need a battle leader award to make up for what they've just lost as well. It was a really good game.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it was a really good competition and really good grand final from both players. They both brought particularly good games to each one of the matches, and at the end of the day, it fell in Theo's favour, but Boom absolutely made him work for every bit of that.
Absolutely. It was not an easy win by any means. And congratulations to not just both the finalists, but to everyone who participated in the 2021 Legend of the Clan. Hopefully we'll have another one of those, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thanks, Sterling.